Every time she saw his parents, she felt like they were judging her, like they viewed her as a failed biological vessel of their future grandchildren. After all, they knew about her cancer and the fact that the chemotherapy all those years ago could have impacted her fertility. It was easier for them to blame her. Blame was the wrong word, Kelsey knew. Not just the wrong word, but a dangerous one. If she kept blaming Tim for their failure to be parents, those feelings would eventually deteriorate into resentment. She had to let it go. As they walked inside the house, Kelsey tried her best to look on the bright side. She was a cancer survivor after all, and like most cancer survivors, she didn't wake up every morning thinking about what she didn't have. On her good days, she saw every day as a gift, something 90% of people diagnosed with her type of cancer never got. She had beaten the odds. It was time to be thankful for what she had. The problem was, becoming a mother was her lifelong dream, and she couldn't just let it go. It was the cancer, the loss of her dad, the deep-seated yearning to be a parent. All of it made her feel like having a child of her own would somehow soften the sharper edges in her past, the sting of grief and loss. It was all she could think about. While Tim went to hop on a Zoom call, he'd missed so much work for these appointments that his boss was always threatening to fire him. Kelsey went into the bathroom with her computer and sat on the edge of the tub. This tiny little room was the only place she could go to seal herself off from the rest of the world. Tim didn't even use this bathroom. He preferred the one with the updated shower and the faucet that didn't leak. Although a hot bath probably would have served her better, Kelsey checked all of the websites she went to daily: infertility forums, cancer survivor forums, blogs, social media. She went through her emails, her direct messages, and saw something on Twitter. A direct message from a user she vaguely recognized. Kelsey rarely logged onto Twitter, since she didn't tweet and had no followers except a couple of bots. She was a consumer, not a user, or at least that's how she described herself when Tim caught her online. She lurked on Twitter and a half-dozen other social media platforms looking for help, support, a miracle, anything that might help her convince Tim to try sperm donation. Over the years, she couldn't even remember all the leads she'd tracked down, all the quacks she'd interacted with. This message was probably from one of them. The user's name was @Patelinik, which she assumed was a random assortment of letters until she typed the word into Google. Patelinik was the Inuit word for pregnancy taboos, practices, and behaviors meant to inform a healthy pregnancy and birth. Kelsey, hard-pounding, opened the message, which read, 67 degrees, 4201.1, north. 150 degrees, 56, 47.3, west. Exp. July 2. It felt like spam, especially since the username had no public tweets associated with its account. But when Kelsey typed the coordinates into Google, she immediately dismissed that possibility. The coordinates took her to a dropped pin in northern Alaska. Her heart fluttered. According to internet lore, a man named Zane Reynolds was up in the Arctic somewhere, recruiting infertile couples to his retreat and sending them home pregnant. Some women who shared her predicament were among them. Unfortunately, Reynolds had no online footprint except for his cryptic social media accounts. Kelsey had tried, of course, to learn everything she could about him. The closest she'd gotten was a Word document containing a collection of old blog posts, authored by a woman named Amy Shortbeck, who had chronicled her whole fertility journey before abruptly taking down her website 3 years ago with no explanation. Later, though, Amy had turned up on Instagram. Same name, different vibe. This time, Amy's focus was on her young daughter. The only reason Kelsey had even heard about Amy's new account was that the online infertility community couldn't stop speculating about one Instagram post in particular. The caption read, "My sweet Pinga Kayakuk, light of my life, girl of my dreams." The accompanying photo was of a cherubic baby clutching a stuffed lamb.